Good evening. This is the Athens City Shade Tree Commission meeting for April 12th, 2012. It is likely to be quite a short meeting. We have no tree permits to consider, no landscape ordinance issues. We're going to delay the report by Ron Lucas to our next meeting. We've got nothing to report at the moment on the emerald ash borer, and so the item for discussion is changes to Shade Tree Commission policies. Currently we're reviewing a specification for planting trees in the right-of-way by adjacent property owners. Under Title 37, the Shade Tree Commission may grant permission to an adjacent property owner to plant in the right-of-way in order to comply with the requirements of the code. At the last meeting we had a number of concerns raised by commissioners, particularly trying to set the context for this such that it was clear to people that if there were obstructions such as overhead high voltage cables or buried utilities, then this option would not be available. We also wanted to make it clear that the trees would have to be located in a manner consistent with the specifications found in Title 37. That basically means that the space needs to be no less than 8 feet in its smallest dimension, which is how Title 37 deals with the size of the area in which you can plant things, and then requires 240 square feet of space for the tree to be planted in. So that basically means you've got a tree lawn that's 8 foot wide, and then the trees are spaced 30 feet apart, which is the preferred size for planting along streets. We made some small changes to the wording in the specifications for planting of the trees. The hole size should be 1.5 times to 2 times the diameter of the roots, and we made it clear that the hole should be just deep enough so that the root flare is not covered. The Commissioner's got any other comments that we want to include?
Well, just trying to reflect back on our last meeting. But one of the concerns that I have is that to make sure that the property owners don't necessarily defer quickly to trying to put the trees in the right-of-way, but rather work hard to make sure that they can meet Title 37 on site. And then if for whatever reason that doesn't seem to be realistic, or maybe even a better option is to put some trees in the right-of-way, then we consider it at that point, but not before the property owners, the developers, or whoever it might be coming before us has exhausted their ability to make sure that they try to comply on their property.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, I'll put that in the additional guidance bodies.
And when you say, just to back up a little, when you say adjacent property owner, to me that kind of implies that that land does not belong to the property owner, but
Correct.
In fact sometimes it's on their property, but the city has a right-of-way on that property. So, which is it?
I don't think we've come across that when we're dealing with a commercial property.
Oh, okay.
There are some residential properties in the city where this does happen. And all I've done there is adopt the language that's in Title 37.
Okay.
And so that's why it's worded the way
All
it
right.
is. But yes, we are aware there are properties that, or the city's aware there are properties that where they may own the right-of-way, and there's been an easement granted across there.
So really this is more for commercial.
Well, Title 37 deals with
the
commercial
Title
development.
37 is,
Yeah.
okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I kind of forgot
because
about that.
what we're trying to do is, as John correctly said, it's when it's not possible for them to plant on their own property, or where there is a clear benefit to the city to allow them to do this, then we should allow them to do it in order to comply with Title 37.
But this becomes actually a very nice reference for people who want to plant within the specifications,
Oh,
we
yeah.
want to plant within the right-of-way. Of course, they need to always remember they need to get permission first.
Yes.
What
yes.
is the form called?
It's just called a tree permit, and
tree
it's
permit,
available
right.
from the Service Safety Director.
Right, and is there one like on the website that they can just print off and then fill out and bring in, or?
I don't know.
Okay. I
will find out.
I don't remember either, so that would kind of facilitate, perhaps.
But that sort of planting would come under Title 33.
Okay,
where,
33.
The Shade Tree Commission has the possibility of recommending to the Service Safety Director that somebody be allowed to plant a tree in the right-of-way. And you're right, then we can point to these as being the guidelines that they should be using.
Good.
For that, because one of the issues really is that we're talking about high trafficked areas quite often for these things, and if it wasn't a high traffic area, if it's say, I mean, we've had people along Columbus Road plant in the right of way. There are no pedestrians in that section. There might not be the need then to put trees in of 2-inch diameter, clear of branches to 8 feet. You could plant smaller trees, but this really envisages a high traffic area that where the trees need to be substantial to survive.
Right.
So, is there any other discussion?
I think you did a good job putting this together.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. In that case, we'll move to the last item on the agenda, unless there's any other items that commissioners want to raise, which is the minutes of the last meeting. So if we could just spend a moment reviewing the minutes, and then someone can move their approval.
I will move that the meetings be accepted as presented.
Okay, and a second.
I second.
Thank you, Emily. I take it there are no objections then to approving the minutes, in which case we have approved minutes from the last meeting. Our next meeting will be May 10th, 7 o'clock in the council chamber. Thank you.